Good evening, everyone. My name is Desiree Maltzby, and I am the Director of Program Engagement for the Women's Foundation for the state of Arizona. We're so glad you joined us today to learn more about the Pathways for Single Moms program offered in partnership with Pima Community College. Today, we will discuss the program and resources available to women in the community. We will review eligibility requirements and an overview of the various certificate courses. We will also hear from 3 Pathways moms who can describe their firsthand experience. And joining me today for this discussion is Stacy Fox, who is an IBEST program advisor at Pima Community College, and Emily Wilson. She's the program manager for Pathways for Single Moms, and my colleague at the Women's Foundation for the state of Arizona. So WISFA, for over 30 years, WISFA has evolved from a scholarship fund into an organization known for tackling inequities through our integrated and community-centered framework. We do this in 4 ways: through research, advocacy, grant making, and leadership. At this moment in time, after watching the pandemic destroy decades of momentum for women in mere months, it is essential that we scale the rest of our work to impact women and girls across Arizona. So one of the ways that we do this is through our program, Pathways for Single Moms. And I'm going to invite Emily to join me back on screen to review the program. Welcome, Emily.
Hello, thank you. Thank you so much, Des, for the introduction. So I'm excited today to share information about the Pathways program with you. As the program manager for Pathways, I work closely with the participants, and I'll be your resource in answering questions and supporting you throughout your process. So what is Pathways? Pathways is education with single moms in mind. We work with single moms in a partnership with nonprofits throughout the community and community colleges, specifically Pima Community College, which helps single moms earn a 1-year certificate in growing career fields while providing wraparound services, holistic support to mothers and children, and that cohort element that can be helpful in the field as they move forward in their careers. Pathways helps in many ways, but the main ways that we help with the education is the 1-year certificate in technical education. We also help fund quality first kindergarten ready childcare. We know sometimes money can be tight and that can be a barrier, so we assist with a monthly stipend. In addition to the monthly stipend, we also hold emergency funds for each participant of up to $400. We work with participants in other areas of life. We talk about wraparound services, so we work with financial literacy courses and parenting courses as well. In addition to all those things, we also assist with networking and wraparound support via community resources. So the first barrier that we help single mothers overcome is the childcare barrier. That's one of the main reasons why mothers who want to return to school aren't able to. So we help to remove that barrier for children 5 years old and younger, or younger than kindergarten age. We assist with Quality First kindergarten ready childcare scholarships. Through First Things First, we also assist our mothers with different methods of how to choose a childcare facility. So what questions to ask a childcare facility, how to really vet those facilities and make sure the mothers are very comfortable with their choice in that facility. In addition to the scholarship, we also extend the scholarship for 6 months past the mother's graduation date. So that helps them really get their footing in that new career field while they know their child is in a known childcare facility that they're comfortable with. We also, a lot of moms have other resources for childcare that might be possible, such as grandma's house or a trusted neighbor. And those are all wonderful. But one of the things that the Quality First kindergarten ready childcare accomplishes is to really help build that foundation for the child's future education. So we like for our moms to consider that aspect of it as well, for that true two two-generation program, and the child care piece really helps build a foundation for your kiddos' educational future. It helps with building hard skills, which are things like knowing their colors, knowing their letters, knowing how to read sight words, maybe. And in addition to that, it also helps with soft skills. And soft skills are those things that are things such as learning how to share or learning how to take turns or things along those lines. So it's a real whole package that it assists the child with. The next barrier is financial. I think we all understand that one. So Women's Foundation has helped with that as well by giving an $8,600 stipend to each participant. This is paid out in monthly payments. So the $8,600 is divided by 12, which is the length of the program. Comes out to about $719 a month. And that is funded onto a debit card. It gets funded automatically each month as long as the participant is active in their classes. We also help by providing an emergency fund or having an emergency fund available for each participant, and that's for up to $400. And the purpose of that is really to have something available to kind of stand in the gap if there's any emergencies like a flat tire or a dental emergency or things that might keep you from being able to attend classes. That's what that emergency fund is there for. In addition to those, the childcare and the financial assistance, we also assist through wraparound support services. And this is where we really bring in the community resources. We've already talked about Pathways. iBest is the adult education program that Pima Community College offers. And in a moment, you'll be hearing from Stacy Fox, and she's going to tell you all about that program and all of its wonderful benefits. In addition to iBest, we also work with One Stop, which is also known as Arizona at Work or AZ at Work. They've recently changed their name, so you may see it interchangeable as you go. But they assist with workforce solutions, so they can help with all the other pieces that might be needed as far as career planning, things along those lines. Another community service that we work with is called JobPath. JobPath helps with the even more additional pieces, and some of those might be if you were to need a laptop or internet service or assistance with getting your books, things along those lines. And then First Things First comes in when we talk about the child care piece that we were just discussing, and they help you get set up along with Arizona at Work for your child's kindergarten ready quality first child care. In addition to those pieces, we also offer additional benefits that come along with just being in school. And one of those things that's huge is cohort networking. You'll hear the term cohort used as we go through all of this. And what that really means is people who are in the same course as you at the same time as you, doing the same thing as you. And that networking can really be used throughout your time in school, but it can also be used as you start your career to really build that solid, again, foundation for people who you can go to if you need a certain service, or you think, hey, I'm ready to change jobs and I might go work for such and such a company. Oh, that's right, I went to class with this person who works for that company. And so it can really help in a lot of ways. Not to mention the fact that those who are in classes together, you really build a bond, and now you're not only in the same classes together, but you're also in the same Pathways program. So you know that those people are going through similar things as you are while they're also making it work, and there's a lot of strength there. Another piece that's very important is the dedicated instructors that iBest and Pima Community College offers. I have seen this in action, and it's fantastic. These instructors truly care about their students. They're there to answer any questions that they may have and support them however they are able to, and it's a wonderful thing to see. In addition to those pieces, Pathways through Women's Foundation also offers courses in financial literacy and in parenting tips. And who doesn't need those? We also work with other community resources along the way, and this is in no means an inclusive list, but we do work with resources for rent and utility assistance, food services, transportation issues, whatever that participant might need. We will help do the research and connect them with the appropriate resource for that matter. So who's eligible for Pathways? If you identify as a single mother and you have an interest in furthering your communication, my best advice to you is to reach out and get in touch with myself. My email will be at the end of this presentation, and we can go into further detail about your unique situation. I would say, every situation is although, a lot of people are in similar situations, every situation is unique. And so the best thing to do is to reach out and we can go through each of your individual factors and discuss eligibility at that time. The best way to get in touch with us is to either email me. And again, my email address will be at the end of this presentation. You can go to the Women's Foundation for the State of Arizona website and click on the Pathways page, and it will have all the information. And it will also have a link to the application for the Pathways program as well. And that's the initial step to getting started, is filling out that application. Once you've filled out that application and we've been able to have a discussion about your unique circumstance, then we will refer you on to Pima Community College to get started with that piece. And with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Stacy Fox, who is our IBEST student advisor. Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, Emily. I'm thrilled to be able to talk to you all about IBEST. Because I truly love this program. Like the Women's Foundation, we really do our best to offer this great wraparound support. And I really like to think of IBEST as this great bonus program, right? So with an IBEST program, you get the same education that you would in a traditional college certificate. You get the same classes, you get the same credential at the end, but you get all these other great, fantastic supports that help you out along the way, right? I think the biggest part of IBEST's magic is the team of support that comes with it, right? There's the instructors, which Emily just mentioned, really fabulous instructors. They work alongside the content instructors, and they work together alongside the content instructors to give you this other level of help. There's an extra hour per class a day. And in that hour, so many things are accomplished. You can work on the basics like the reading and the writing and the math skills. Of course, those are there, but it's way beyond that. There's digital skills. There's navigating the college online system called D2L. There's soft skills, things like time management, communication. They'll help you with homework. They'll help you prepare for tests. And really, they're just flexible. They'll meet you with where you're at. So whatever help you need most, that's what they're willing to work with you on. So that hour is invaluable for students. You also get help from IBEST staff, such as myself. And we do a lot of different things, a little bit more behind the scenes, but you'll definitely interact with us. We help you with getting enrolled into Pima itself, navigating the college systems and the resources, and dotting the I's and crossing the T's to make sure you're ready to start. We help you find funding with partners like the Women's Foundation and others. And we also help you connect to community resources as well. So you have a lot of people who are there cheerleading for you. But one of the most cited favorite parts of IBEST from IBEST graduates are your peers. Like Women's Foundation, we work in a cohort model. So that means you're with the same students from start to end. You get to know them pretty well, you get to build relationships, and you get to work together as a team. So like you have the same team of instructors, you have the same team of students, and it really grows over the course of the program into something quite wonderful. So people join IBEST for many reasons. One of the big ones is that you can work on your GED while you're earning college credit. But even if you have your high school diploma already, that's fine, because there's a lot of other reasons too. You can want the extra support if you've been out of college for a while, or maybe you've struggled with academics in the past, or you just need a confidence boost. Any of those reasons are a good reason to join iBest. Some people just like the support of a large team and working in a group like this. But whatever it is, we're happy to help, and we want to help you. If you want to get started, I believe my email will be at the end of this presentation as well. And you're always welcome to reach out with questions or telling me to sign me up. That's what I'm here for. And now I'd like to talk about the specific programs that iBest has. So there's 4 programs that the Women's Foundation supports that are iBest programs. The first one is called Automated Industrial Technology. It used to be called the Mechatronics program, which I kind of am sad that they changed, because Mechatronics is just such a cool sounding name. Essentially, it's like building the pieces, the robotic pieces for, say, an assembly line. It's not actually building robots yet, because this is a level 1 certificate, but if you wanted to grow and build your certificate, then level 1 certificate goes right into level 2, goes right into the associate's degree. So you could be a robot builder, and it's very highly in demand, and it is a really good paying profession. So it's about 12 months long. It's offered at downtown campus. And right now they're hybrid classes. So some of them are in person and some of them are online. That may change in the future. For building and construction technology, there's really 5 different concentrations you can choose from. There's the electrical path, there's plumbing, there's HVAC, and there's carpentry, and there's also one called cabinet making. This is a 12 to 16 month program, also offered out of downtown campus. Most likely, some of those classes will be online, but then you get to do these really cool lab classes where you're doing hands-on work. And I should have said that for AIT too, the Automated Industrial Technology, they both have this very hands-on component where you physically work on the projects that you're learning. So, and actually for the next one as well, for the information technology, they also have labs, lab works where you can break computers and put them together and try to figure out systems by playing with them. So yes, information technology is working with computers. There's a lot of different paths you can take career-wise with information technology, but again, very highly in demand. This certificate will lead into an associate's degree or beyond if you'd like, but all these credits will apply if you want to keep going. This one would take about 12 months and is offered out of East Campus. And logistics and supply chain management is, it's like people who like to do puzzles are really good at logistics, right? They're like being able to sort information and organize and really help systems move smoothly, because it's all about transportation and storage of materials from the beginning of a product lifestyle. It's like life cycle. So all of the pieces of, what goes into, say, a bottle of Coca-Cola, the syrup and the plastic and the printing and all of that, and how does it move through production into your hands at the grocery store or the vending machine. So learning how to organize all that, it's a big job and also in demand. And Tucson is a pretty big hub for logistics as well. So all of those great fields to go into. And if you want to learn more, again, feel free to reach out and contact me. But for now, I'm going to hand it back over to Emily, and thank you so much for your time.
Stacy, thank you so much. That was wonderful. I feel like I might want to sign up for the robotics course as well. That sounds like so much fun. So those 4 fields, you might be wondering, how did we decide on those fields? How do we choose those 4 fields to focus on? And it was really research based. Women's Foundation worked with a research team at the University of Arizona called the CRED team. And through that research, they were able to determine 36 different career paths that were primed and ready for growth in the area. Then they narrowed it down further to those fields that those 36 fields, they narrowed it down further to those that pay a living wage. And once they got there, they narrowed it down even further to traditionally male-oriented fields. And that is how we got to the 4 that Stacy just mentioned. These fields are, if you kind of look around at the different groups and large businesses in the area, large and small, and the things, the construction that you see as you drive down the roads, and the packages that get delivered each day to your home, you can see where each of those different career fields fit in very well to what's happening in our community at this time. Another way, Pathways does help it is a 2-gen program, so it does help the mother and the children, but it also helps the community. It helps the community in quite a few ways, but some of the ways that stand out the most are the fact that now that a single mother is going to be making a living wage in a sustainable field, they are likely able to move off of public assistance, and that can save the community or the state in 2016 dollars around $20,000 per family. That's a huge savings, and that's a fantastic benefit for the community. It also builds a stronger and more diverse workforce. If you think about what a single mother does every day, if you went back to those 4 classes, logistics and supply chain, you're constantly doing pieces of those jobs, of those careers at all times. And so I can't think of a person more poised to enter any of these 4 fields than a single mother. Another thing that it helps to do to benefit the community is that it improves outcomes for the children involved, future outcomes for the children involved. And one way that this is shown is in the quote over here under this beautiful picture of our skyline. It says, a $3,000 difference in a parent's income when their child is young is associated with a 17% increase in the child's future earnings. And that comes from Ascend with the Aspen Institute, specifically referring to 2-gen or 2-generation programs. I love those concrete numbers. So now that we've talked about what Pathways is and who's eligible and what the different programs are, let's take some time to hear a little bit from some of our Pathways participants about their experiences. So I'd like to introduce Alexis Beaver, Monique Ortega, and Mo Rodriguez. Let's start right in with the very first question, and that is, what if you could describe kind of what Pathways has meant to you, or what Pathways means to you, how would you describe that in your life? And let's start with Alexis.
My name's Alexis. I am doing the LGM program. I just started in the spring. I took adult education summer classes as well. Pathways for me means a chance at a better paying job, education, and a better future for my son as well.
How about Mo? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I joined the Pathways program last year, but I had to stop due to COVID and things like that. So I picked back up this year, and Pathways, like the previous said, that it is a great opportunity to pick up where you left off, as far as schooling for like single moms like me. I've been a single mom for a while, so school was put on the back burner to raise my children and things like that. But now I'm trying to show them that just because you have obstacles in your way, you could still pick up where you left off and do better and stuff for them, for yourself. And Pathways is giving single moms that second chance.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Monique, how about you?
Hi, I'm Monique. What Pathways means to me is basically a better outlook on my future, just being able to provide a stable, career that can support me and my children in the future, and also, it means giving me confidence that I can do anything, because it's been a challenge and I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's just been a great experience.
That confidence piece is priceless, right? Good stuff. Very good. Well, thank you, ladies. Next question would be, I know, Alexis, you answered this a little bit, but what course are you taking and what led you to choose that course? And Monique, since you're up, we'll start with you.
The course that I'm taking is LGM, which is Logistics and Supply Chain Management. And what led me here is just luck, I would say, because I didn't expect to even come to this program. I didn't know about it, and it was really just a great opportunity. So I never even knew anything about LGM or anything like that, and it's been very interesting so far. I've learned so much, and it's just been a great experience.
Can you tell us a little bit about what does logistics and supply chain management mean? What do you do in that course, or what do you learn?
So basically, it's kind of what we already have, like planning ahead, right? We always plan ahead. We're moms. We try to solve things and figure out problems before they happen, which is quite often. And, in logistics and supply chain management, you need to be able to determine what routes are going to be, I would say, easier, less problematic in the future. What works better for your facility, your warehouse, everything that you're running. It's just maintaining everything and making sure it runs smoothly, which is what we do on a daily basis. We are always on go, that's what it is.
That's true. I think a single mom is probably naturally inclined to logistics and supply chain management for sure. Very good. Thank you. Alexis, how about you? You're in logistics and supply chain also, correct?
Yeah, I'm in logistics and supply chain. I'm choosing between what was available. I just feel like this was a better option for me, knowing that I wouldn't be a good electrician or a plumber. Just also looking at real world, like everything is e-commerce and how everything has drastically changed, from warehouses to transportation to distribution. It's just going to keep increasing from here. So it's actually taught me a lot. Like Monique said, it's things that we do in our everyday lives that we just don't even think about. So
that's perfect. Very good. And Mo, what are your thoughts on that question?
I'm also in logistics and supply chain. And I was interested in this when I found out about it. I didn't know about the program, but when I found out about it, I was really excited because I have been in warehouse for about 4 years and doing different things in the warehouse. And I really loved that job, but I couldn't advance because I didn't know certain terms, certain, their lingo and different things. I didn't have certificates in anything. So I really couldn't advance in the company that I wanted to be in. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to see this through and then be able to return back to that company and, climb the ranks and get into a higher paying position, things like that.
I love that. So it's, that's a really good point that you raised, that, this education really can help elevate your career to that next level. And that can be huge also. Now, the last question that we have, and this is, these have all been important questions, but this one I think is really important also. If you had the opportunity to speak to a single mom who's considering joining this program, but is kind of on the fence, I don't know if I have time, I don't know if I'm ready for it, I don't know if I have the support, you know the barriers, right? What would your advice be to that mother? And Mo, since I've got you up here, let's start with you on that one.
I love this question, and I'm glad I get to start. From personal experience, like I said, I started last year and I had a lot of things happening. It was really bad. I had to stop the program. But I didn't even know about the program until I was in a homeless shelter with my children. And, one of my counselors had brought it up. And so we dug a little bit deeper into it. And those were my thoughts. Oh gosh, I'm homeless right now with my children. I don't have family. I don't have the support. I don't have the time because the kids are in school. There was a lot of obstacles in the way. How am I going to get there? I don't have a car. Like all kinds of different things were, making me like second guess it. But as soon as I enrolled and I got in the program, everything just fell into place beautifully. The program has super awesome people from the beginning sign up all the way, to being in the classroom, all the programs that come together to help us. All those obstacles are taken care of like automatically. Like everything's pretty much kind of given to you if you want to take it. You know what I mean? Like there's no excuse. They have the babysitting program for your kids. They have, help you to get a laptop. They have all these awesome resources to where you can't even make an excuse. At the point is, at the end of the day, it's like whether you want to do it or not, they're handing you all these awesome tools, all these awesome resources, and, everybody's super awesome. I felt personally like in the beginning, like, oh gosh, I'm older, I'm going to be judged, or, I'm not, I haven't been in school forever, am I going to do great? Like I'm second guessing myself and my skills. But as soon as I got in there, from the beginning, anybody and everybody that I talked to, and that got brushed away so quick. So it was super easy to adapt to everything and everybody around me, and made me feel really confident that I was going to be able to get through this program without any issues.
Wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I'm very glad that was your experience. Monique, how about you? What advice would you give to a single mom considering this program?
Well, first off, I want to say, Mo, you're inspiring. You're like me we're all moms. We've all gone through things, especially single mothers. I was, I didn't have a place to live either. I was in my mom's 1-bedroom townhome, and with 2 kids and me, and just trying to figure out what to do next. Where am I going to go from here? Like, I'm already here, I'm struggling. Like, what's next? She told me about this program. She I don't think she knew what it was going to do for me personally. I think she just wanted me to get on my feet. And I think I saw that they will support you through your education. And I always wanted education. Like, at 18, I had a daughter on the way. I was a young parent. But I got my GED because I knew I wanted education. And I knew that I wanted better for my child at the time. And now I have 2. So it's even more. It was even more of a reason to do what I have to do for them. So all these obstacles were in my way. I honestly didn't have any other way to turn. Honestly, it was either go through the same cycle, the same thing, or try something new. And I feel like this was the best choice for me at the time because I had nowhere to go. And it really changed my outlook on everything. My education, how important it is to me. It just changed so much for me, and gave like other moms confidence that I can do it. I've hit the bottom, and I can keep going. I can get up and keep going. And as other moms out there, you can do it too. Honestly, it's not impossible with all the obstacles. I really tried, and I'm not by any means, I don't have anything I didn't have any support like that. So if you feel like you don't have the support, or you don't have the tools, or you're not ready for it, well, as moms, we're not ready for a lot of things. And I really feel like if you're going to do something, at least let it be something that it's going to be beneficial for you and your children. And that's where I was at. And I'm glad I made that decision. And I've experienced like the change. So if you guys are, in the middle of figuring out what you want to do, it doesn't hurt to try. I think that if you can do it and you could just get out there and just, put your foot in the door, you'll make it. You'll be all right with the support of the Women's Foundation.
I love that. Thank you. Very good. And Alexis, same question. What advice would you give to a single mom who's trying to decide whether or not to move forward?
Well, just like me, I didn't know that there was so many resources out there. More people really do want to see you succeed than fail. Just outside of you guys, there are so many organizations and so many people and teachers and all of PIMA external resources. I would also say just don't second guess it. It's a lot easier than what it seems. I mean, when it comes to everything, your electronics or your supplies, your books, I mean, that might be the little thing that's holding people back. Like me, I didn't know if I can afford books, so I never wanted to go to school. And little did I know there's so much help and so many people that want, to give you money, essentially. That's ultimately all of our reason for not continuing or finishing school. It comes down to money. So
let's start. So I just want to absolutely thank Monique, Mo, and Alexis for taking the time to go through and answer those questions and really help to explain the program and what it's done for them and their experience. As you heard, the program truly offers those wraparound services that help the participants be successful, and that's the goal. So Monique, Alexis, Mo, we appreciate you. Pathways does help remove a lot of those barriers, and we're happy that it's working well for you, and thank you for helping other mothers see that as well. So now let's move on to how to apply. So on this slide, you're going to see a few different things that may be a little unusual. The first thing is a white box with some dots in it. That's a QR code. If you are interested, you can take your camera from your cell phone and take a picture of that QR code, and it will bring you straight to the Women's Foundation for the State of Arizona's webpage, directly to the Pathways page. On that Pathways page, you'll find all of this information that we've discussed today, along with the link to apply for the program and my contact information and Desiree's contact information. So that's one way to move forward. You can also go directly to the website that you see at the bottom of the screen right now in the little green box that says womengiving.org/pathways. That will take you to the exact same place that QR code takes you. As promised at the beginning of the presentation, here are the contact email addresses for each of the presenters from today's presentation. So you've got my email address, Emily Wilson, Desiree, also Director of Program Engagement with Women's Foundation for Southern Arizona, and Stacy Fox, iBest Program Advisor at Pima Community College. Thank you all for taking the time to join us today and to learn about Pathways and to hear some of the wonderful stories from our Pathways mothers.